Hello YouTube, I'm here today to a lot of people complain about they can't find a holster to fit their EAA Witness Elite Match, and they're also complaining that they can't find a decent holster to fit their Sarsilmaz pistols or even the CZ52. All of these holsters are a model 200-77. Well, this one isn't. This is actually for the Colt. These are for the SIG 220. They're a model 200-77. They are basically Kydex inside. All of them can be changed and remolded to fit these guns. The SIG 220 is very similar in body, size, and shape to both of these guns, and also to this one. This is the SAR B6P 9mm polymer from Sarsilmaz Arms. There's no decent holsters as you can get. This one is for a SIG 220, as are these two, and I am today going to convert this to fit this pistol. And if you'll bear with me, we'll get everything going and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, here are the things you're going to need. You're going to need a heat gun. You are going to need your pistol. You are going to need a holster. Like I say, in this case, this is the model 200-77 Safariland. It is a mid-ride duty holster, standard police issue. Now, this is just a piece of folded stock. It's probably 1/32 of an inch thick, and it's going to end up right here after I heat it. This will do the initial stretching of the holster to fit this particular gun. Now, I recommend you get an Allen screw and or Allen wrench, and you back your screw out a good 4 or 5 turns where you've got plenty of room for expansion. Now, the first thing you have to do is you have to heat the holster. As you're heating it, you can squeeze it to see if it's starting to get pliable, because you are going to have to make it a little bit wider through this area to accommodate the SAR pistols. They're a little bit wider. They actually fit really good. In fact, most of the guns that have a SAR or a CZ profile will fit in the SIG 220 holster from Safariland, because the material inside is almost like a Kydex, or I think they call it a Safari 7 material that this is made with. So it's basically just 2 layers of leather with laminated thermal plastic inside to make it hold its shape. Starting to get a little bit pliable now. You can heat this as many times as you need to get the right profile also. Starting to get there now. This particular heat gun is about 1,000 degrees. I got this one from Walmart for about $19. You can get them from Harbor Freight for a little bit less. Yeah, it's starting to get good and pliable now. Like I say, it takes a few minutes. You don't want to squeeze too hard because you don't want to crush the top. Just to make sure that it's starting to get nice and pliable. Then, have this fit on here, and you slide it into. You got to get the snap set so you get the gun adjusted properly before it starts to cool down. You can see that it's still fairly pliable, and here is where I start to press it together as it's starting to cool. It basically gives me the bottom seat to squeeze so it won't drop in any further. Now we just wait for it to cool. Okay, we've given it about 5 minutes to cool down. It's still kind of warm, not very, but kind of. This is where we take the gun out and we take out this little piece of cardstock. Now, it has been properly stretched. You can see that the gun actually fits. It's a little bit loose, but that's okay because we're not done yet. Do a little test fit. Now that we know that it's been expanded enough up here, we just tighten this down just till it's snug. No more. At least not yet. That's actually to adjust the last little bit of a grip on the forward end of the trigger guard to make it catch. Little tiny bit loose right there, but that's okay. We'll finish that out here in just a minute right in this area. That's where it's tight. So, back to the heat gun. A little bit easier this time because it's still a little warm from before. I know it seems like I'm going an extra step by stretching it like the way that I did, but that's just to get the expansion so it's plenty wide enough so you don't start getting a rub. But you can heat this as many times as you need to if you're careful not to burn it. They're not really that easy to burn, so it's not really that big of a deal. But you can cause it to delaminate just a little bit. See how this is getting nice and pliable now, and that's where we want it. So again, we turn it off. This time we put the pistol in without the get it snapped, put it in without the cardboard, and we mold it to the front edge of the gun. Now that screw is going to be pretty hot right there. And there's like a clear plastic or a rubber collar inside of here that goes around that screw. I guess it's to keep from scratching your trigger guard. In some cases it will melt a little bit, but I haven't had a problem. This is the 4th gun that I've done this way. 3 of the pistols that I have are this profile, the CZ75, CZ97, basic frame style. The SAR, the K2 is a little larger gun. That's this 45 caliber right here. This is a double stack 45. And this is a 9mm. But they're basically the same profile gun. As you can see, it's fitted pretty well. Still a little bit pliable, but that's okay. Like I say, you can do this as many times as you need to until you get the fit right on your gun. You can heat it up in this area to mold around anything. You can heat it back here in the back to mold around the safety. You can actually, there's a lump right here that all of the 277s come with. That's the SIG. Because of the ambidextrous safety of the SIG, you can actually heat this up and you can flatten this out. It will make this longer, so you may have to back the gun out. You might want to do this first. I really don't care if it's there or not. The gun actually fits fairly well, and now you can see that it's a pretty good fit. And if I need to, I can always tighten this screw down just ever so slightly. I wouldn't really recommend it until it's completely dry, or completely cool rather, and you get a lot better fit if you wait until it's cool and you do your final little bit of adjusting, setting this screw. Just turn it down 1/2 a turn, whatever you think you need to, in order to get it to fit right. It's got a little tiny bit of a rock in it, but like I say, I can squeeze that down and I can take that little tiny bit out of there. But that's pretty much it. Okay, and what we have is we have our completed product. This is a 9mm. The Safariland model 200-77. That is the holster that these use. They adapt really well. This is a Sarsilmaz SAR K2 Model 45 double stack. Same holster, 200-77 Safariland. This is the EAA Witness Elite Match. It was a 10mm. I've converted it over to a 40 for, it's a little more cost effective. If I want to go to 10mm and use it for hunting, all I got to do is drop in the 10mm mag, the 10mm barrel, and I'm done, ready to roll. Again, the same basic gun profile, uses the 200-77 Safariland holster. And this is a 1954 model CZ52. You can use, this is for the model, this is a model 200, looks like a P94. This is for the Smith & Wesson 645 or for any of the Colt 1911s with the 5-inch barrel. Because it's a thinner gun, the CZ52 is about the same thickness as a 1911 single stack 45. So that's what I use to convert this one over. This is actually, it's a little loose in here, but that's because the profile here of the pistol is actually thinner than the 45 Colts or than the 1911s, but it's still a pretty good fit, and they all carry really nice. So anyway, that's the video, and you can get these anywhere from $15 to $30 on eBay. They're quite readily available. A lot of law enforcement warehouses that sell this stuff out wholesale or sell it used, or you can buy them locally, but I bought all these from eBay. They went anywhere from $18 to $30, including shipping. So I hope this helps. Maybe you can actually get a halfway decent pistol holster for these guns. I know they don't make them, but you can make them yourself just by doing a simple Safariland conversion. And guys, have a good one.